Numbers accounting. How you doing, folks? We're back. Another edition of Father Nature's. This time we're gonna we're actually gonna introduce you to our home aquarium. This is a tank I got at my place. Some saltwater fish that I actually looked after myself. I love fish. I can't have a million tanks, but I got this one, a little small freshwater tank. But the tank is dirty, as you guys can see. We're gonna start off with a little bit of a cleaning. And the first thing you're gonna do when you clean is you always gotta clean the algae off the glass. Sometimes you got algae on the glass and the tank will look horrible, and it's really the tank that really isn't that bad. So my sister's gonna zoom into the tank. I'm gonna step away and get a razor blade so we can actually pull some algae off the glass and we'll get going. Okay. What you want to use is a single-sided razor blade, and we're going to show you what kind of difference it makes in the glass. And while we're doing this, we're going to introduce you to some of the fish. This big guy swimming around is a sailfin tank. The sailfin tank we've had for a while, maybe about 5-6 months. I actually got him from somebody else and he was beating up their fish. And they swore this fish right here was going to terrorize any tank he's gone into. But in here he's been perfectly calm. He's not been a problem at all. The killer in this tank is actually the striped damsel, that guy right there, which he's going to be hitting the road soon. But we'll actually document when we get him out of here, and we'll show you what we bring in afterwards. As you see in the tank, we also have a few peculiar clowns. I love peculiar clowns. They work well in usually home aquariums, and you know they're the classic Nemo fish. Everybody loves a Nemo. Okay, that's this. We're going to get back to this, but I want to show you how we're going to vacuum a lot of the algae out of the aquarium. We're going to jump to certain parts, and what we're going to do is we're going to show you the finished product in a later video. Okay, what I have here is classic gravel vac. I'm going to vacuum the gravel. Now we're going to use our classic 5-gallon bucket. So it's good to have a couple of these around when you have an aquarium. Nice standard bucket. Got it with some bucket of salt. And now for the water change, test your tube. There's a piece of a python. It's a few years old, because you know this tube started clear maybe about 10 years ago. Now before we start, we gotta actually unplug the pump for the wet dry. We got a little wet dry down here that I made. Oops, unplug the light. That happens sometimes. Lights back on. Pump is up. Okay? And we unplugged the pump, but now we actually got to pull the exhaust out of the water so it doesn't backflush down there. We don't have a check valve on there. That's okay. And you see the algae down at the bottom. We're going to get rid of all of it and make sure it disappears. Now some people wonder, how do you start something like this, a flow of water? When you have a body of water and you're going to bring it to a lower level, all you need is gravity. If you begin to suction, I always use my t-shirt, by sucking on the tube, water starts running. Now once you got your water running, now use your gravel vac and vacuum up the algae. And just the other day, my stepdaughter said there's some worms in the tank. And I thought maybe there is worms in the tank, but it turns out not to be worms. It was fecal matter, fish waste. As we're vacuuming, we're going to get not only the algae, we're going to get any kind of leftover organic waste in the sand. We have live sand, of course. Sand is much, much better for this situation. It'll help maintain pH and also looks better. Now we're going to vacuum all the sand. As you can see, this did a lot of the work with the algae. We're going to skip a little further on and we'll show you the finished product in the next video. That's why you're going to have to watch part 2. This is part 1. Now, when you vacuum some now, I'm showing you little tricks, guys. Some of this you can't do at home. I like to say I'm a professional. I've been doing this 15 years. And you see in the back, behind the rocks, we can have some waste back there. So we're going to take some of these rocks down. We're just going to clean some of this stuff back there. If you bring it all down, and what we'll do, we'll bring it all down and we'll redesign. Okay? Now I'm going to show you taking this all down. And as I'm taking this all down, we have a power head hidden here. We're going to clean out the power head. The power head, after a while, it does get blocked up. You see right here? It's on, it's not kicking too much. We're going to have to unplug it, clean out a little bit of waste, but for now you can just basically knock off some of the waste like this. You're not really raising the ammonia because, of course, it's a power head, and this stuff that's blocked in here is mostly algae. Now you have to be very, very careful whenever you're doing any kind of tank, but mostly a saltwater tank, is you don't bring up too much ammonia because of the way that you actually disrupt either the sand bed or any kind of hidden ammonia that might be resting in the tank. So we slowly went through the sand bed. But the power head we can mess with a little bit. And the algae in the back we're going to get to by slowly dismantling the rock. And we're going to put it back up. And when we do put it back up, we're actually going to put some decorations that we had hidden on the side. And now folks, this is the first edition of cleaning our saltwater aquarium. And in fact, the first edition of cleaning Father Nature's saltwater aquarium. We're going to show it develop. And we're going to show what we can do with it at appropriate times. Right now we have a sailfin tank, about 3-4 papula clowns, about 3-4 damsels. You're going to see how we develop it. We're going to have all kind of good stuff. We'll see you next time.